entry ban is an administrative measure that prevents a foreigner from entering a country. If they are grounded, the authority imposes a ban on entry for a certain period or indefinitely. The Republic of Belarus is no exception in this matter. If a foreign citizen has an unpaid fine in the country, he may receive an entry ban. In simple words, a foreign citizen will not be able to enter the Russian Federation due to the ban in Belarus. In fact, entry ban due to fines are quite common, and as a rule, they are easy to remove. To do this, you need to pay this fine and write about this to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. However, there are a few difficult points along the way that we need to pay attention. A fine in the Republic of Belarus can arise for various reasons, and this can be any area of human activity. For example, a fine for violating traffic rules, non-payment of taxes or custom duties, for smoking in the different places, and so on. Quite often, a foreigner travels through the Republic of Belarus to Russia and receives a fine for violating traffic rules. The camera records the car number and the fine is automatically received. The foreigner may not know it, but he receives an entry ban because he did not pay a fine. The entry ban is established by the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Belarus. In some situations, a foreign citizen receives a paper notice of a ban at the border. It may contain an article of law, a period, and the authority that imposed the ban. However, this does not always happen, and a foreigner needs to find out the information himself. There are two correct ways to find information. Let's start with the official website of the authority. Remember that this is the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Follow the link and go to the service section. Next, select online services and check entry ban. Next, you need to fill out the form. Pay attention to the requirements for the citizenship field. When you fill out the form, the site will provide information about the entry ban. It is worth noting an important point. If there is no information or it is written that there is no ban, this doesn't always mean there is really no ban. The online database is not always updated quickly and is for reference only. An official request from the Ministry of Internal Affairs will have more legal force and will give us detailed information. This is our second and more reliable method. Of course, it is more complicated, but we will tell you everything in details. If you do not want to use our form upon request to the Ministry of Internal Affairs, we can give you some advices on how to prepare this document. Firstly, it must be understandable and competent. A formal request has a structure that is important to use. At the top right, we write which authority we are contacting, its address and full name. We also write information about the applicant. The text itself can be divided into several parts. Description of the main facts, our requirements and application. In the main part we describe our situation, what happened. It is advisable to provide a link to the rule of law. In the request part we indicate our requirements, and in the applicant we add documents that are important for our request. We write our appeal in the system. We need the Department of the Citizenship and Migration of the Republic of Belarus. We can give you an example request. It is written in the legal language, it contains links to the law and all the necessary information. Next, we are waiting for a response to the request. The period is up to the 30 days. So, we find out the reason for the entry ban, and we are already halfway there. Now it's time to leave the entry ban. To do this, you need to pay the fine imposed. In the response, we received information about which internal affairs body imposed the ban. Here we are writing a request to the particular territorial body again. This time we are asking for details to pay our fine. We will also give you an example request. We are waiting for a response and receiving payment details. A foreign citizen must pay a fine. We also save the payment receipt. Next, we need to notify the authorities that we have paid fine and ask to lift the entry ban. We write the application according to the form and send it. Do not forget to add a receipt for payment of the fine. After answering, you should not immediately try to enter the country. It takes time for the database to be updated. Usually this is 1 month, sometimes it can be faster. If your ban has been lifted in Belarus and you need to get to Russia, you may also have to notify the Russian authority about this. In addition, we remember that any decision of authority can be appealed in the court. If the Ministry of Internal Affairs refuses to lift the ban, but you have paid the fine, then work in court begins. Do not panic if you find out that you have received a ban on entry into Republic of Belarus. Such bans are often lifted. To do this, you need to pay a fine and work correctly with the Belarusian authorities. Follow the instructions. Also, you can contact an immigration lawyer and you will succeed.